guys, you're listening to Ladies First on ABP Live Podcasts, and in this podcast, we talk to some real girl bosses of the 21st century. And today, we have a girl boss with us who is the one and the only Akriti Kakar. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm very good. This term is so cool.
I know,
I
right?
think everybody wants to be a girl boss.
Yes.
And I get to be one today, so yay.
Not just today, you have been one. Like ever since you started singing and आपने हम सबके कानों में क्या रस घोल दिया है, तब से ही you've been a girl boss.
Thank you. So sweet of you.
Miss Akriti Kakar here has been a Bollywood singer since probably her birth, but हमें थोड़ी late पता चला because obviously we had to wait a couple of years for her to become her.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, how has, like, from where this entire idea of singing start? Like, how old has this been in your mind?
Well, I think either this bug is there in your system or it's not there.
Right.
I think it was there pretty much because also you can say it was hereditary. Mama से ये मुझे विरासत में मिला है. My mother has been a music teacher.
Okay.
यहाँ पे बाल भारती स्कूल में.
अच्छा, okay.
And she is a doctorate in music and
Wow.
hence I think एक माहौल हमेशा घर पे बना रहता था because of that. कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा म्यूजिक चल रहा होता था but you know even when I was like a 3-year-old or something ऐसा कभी discussion नहीं थी या बिठा के कभी इन्फ्लुएंस किया हो पेरेंट्स ने कि बेटा तुमको सिंगर बनना है,
म्यूजिक में
ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. आई थिंक इट वाज जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द एनवायरनमेंट दैट वाज क्रिएटेड एंड द जीन्स दैट आई टुक टू म्यूजिक एंड एक शादी थी फैमिली में मेरे चाचा की एंड आई स्टार्टेड टू सिंग. वो लेडी संगीत होता है इन पंजाबी फैमिलीज. सो सब लोग गा रहे थे, मुझे नहीं आता था कोई भी गाना बट कॉन्फिडेंस बड़ा था. तो मैंने अपने ही लिरिक्स बना के कुछ तो पंजाबी फोक मम्बल्ड सम लिरिक्स एंड आई जस्ट परफॉर्म्ड एंड एवरीबडी लव्ड इट बिकॉज़ 3-4 साल का बच्चा है जो गाना गा रहा है
एंड दैट टू सो कॉन्फिडेंटली. मतलब पेरेंट्स को बोलना पड़ता है बेटा गा के सुनाओ बट यू वर आउट देयर.
नोबडी हैड टू लाइक से मैंने अपने आप ही जाके कर दिया. सो दैट्स व्हेन माय पेरेंट्स रियलाइज दैट एक होता है कि आपको पुश करना पड़ता है, बात करनी पड़ती है, बट देयर इज an interest which is naturally there and I think that's why they figured it and then my official learning started. Taaleem started.
Right. So now where you are, like you have achieved so much, you've sung such amazing songs like Iski Uski and Saturday and so many more. So now when you think back and when you look back, maybe a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old Akriti Kakar, so how does it feel? Like, have you reached what she wanted, where she wanted to reach?
Oh, well, yes and no. Because, yes, because जब मैं बहुत छोटी थी ना तो सब पूछते थे क्या बनोगे बड़े होके. मैं बोलती थी मुझे वो वाला सिंगर बनना है जिसके म्यूज़िक जिसके गाने जब मैं एक रेड लाइट पे गाड़ी मेरी रुके तो साथ वाली गाड़ी में वो मेरे गाने बजने चाहिए. तो मुझे लगता था आई मीन दीज वर लाइक माई गोल्स बैक देन एंड फॉर माई गुरुजी जिनसे मैंने सीखा श्री ब्योमकेश बैनर्जी, उनका भी ये सपना था कि सीखो क्लासिकल अलग अलग फॉर्म्स ऑफ म्यूज़िक सीखो बट ये सब इसलिए सीखो ताकि तुम एक कंप्लीट सिंगर बन सको एंड यू आर मोर वर्सेटाइल. सो बिकॉज ही रियली वांटेड मी टू गेट इनटू प्लेबैक सिंगिंग. बट हुआ ये था कि जब मैं मुंबई पहुंची अपनी 12th बोर्ड एग्ज़ाम्स ख़त्म करके तो पता चला कि भाई ये जो पॉप सीन है जो इंडी पॉप है वो तो ऑलमोस्ट फेड आउट होते जा रहा है और रीमिक्सेस आ गए हैं.
बिल्कुल.
सो रीमिक्सेस हैड स्टार्टेड एंड इट वाज वेरी डेवास्टेटिंग फॉर मी बिकॉज nobody really looked at who has sung those remixes because all those really fancy flashy music videos had started. So and all the singers were being dissed only कि ये क्या है, ये किस तरह के recreations हो रहे हैं,
पुराने गाने को खराब कर दिया.
हाँ, and I was very much with that thought.
Right.
But मरता क्या ना करता, मैंने सोचा कि ठीक है अभी और ऑप्शन तो है नहीं, ऐसा तो है नहीं.
At least let's give it a shot.
या कि मुंबई वेट कर रही है जी, आकृति कक्कड़ आएगी, सब फिल्म के गाने उसी को देने. So then I started doing remixes because that was the only opportunity that was coming my way. And I also thought ये बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोफेशनली रिकॉर्डेड डेमो बन जाएगा if nothing else.
Right. In the long run, it will really help you out.
Yeah, and like I had never recorded in a professional studio. I didn't know what is reverb, what is EQ, what is processing, you know, and that you could not sing one song full on कि रुक रुक के भी ले सकते हो takes and तो ये सब मेरे लिए सब कुछ बहुत नया था.
Right.
तो that's where it started, and those demos that were those remix songs also that became really popular with God's grace became like a stepping stone to a lot of beautiful opportunities. Like they opened like a lot of doors for me where, and I'd also done a VJing assignment in
Okay.
So that time I was just, you know, taking up whatever work was coming my way, and I didn't know, I was just going with the flow.
Right.
I was just grateful every breathing second
that you are getting to do what you're passionate about.
Absolutely, because you know there are so many people
who
keep
don't
dreaming
get
of
that
getting into the
chance.
artistic field or, you know, football or cricket or whatever.
Right.
But they don't get to do it because of circumstances, family,
even lack of opportunity.
Exactly. So I was that very slim percentage in the world that is getting to do what they love and also eventually get paid for it and be loved
by so many people out there.
Yeah, so I thought, भैया ये तो बहुत ही brilliant जिंदगी है. Ups and downs होंगे, stability शायद नहीं होगी, but I've walked into it and I've got to sail through. So yeah.
Rest is history. rest, the kind of history that we already know and we are experiencing it.
अभी दिल्ली दूर है, हालांकि हम दिल्ली में बैठ के इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं
ironically,
but अभी दिल्ली दूर है. I know that the best days are yet to come.
Definitely, for sure. So, ma'am, you have sung such amazing songs with such huge personalities like Shankar Mahadevan. So, how was that experience? Like, right now, I am sitting here being starstruck. I am sure that was your moment of being starstruck too.
Was nahi, still is.
Still is.
Still is. I sometimes sit back and wonder where बचपन में जब मैं सारेगामा का हिस्सा बनी थी तब वो सारेगामा पा नहीं था.
अच्छा, ओके.
तो जब वो सारेगामा था एंड सोनू जी यूज्ड टू होस्ट इट, तो मैं चिल्ड्रन स्पेशल में आई थी और 97 की बात है ये. मैं चिल्ड्रन स्पेशल जीती थी.
अच्छा,
मेरे जजेस थे शंकर जी, शिवमणि एंड लुई बैंक सर.
ओके.
एज देयर बैंड वाज कॉल्ड सिल्क.
राइट.
They were my judges and little did I know when I was 11 years old that जिंदगी में ऐसे भी दिन आएंगे when he would become like a guiding light to me. He's like the college that I never got to attend, but I could hear him backstage perform with him in the beginning of my career and learn so much by just observing him. You know, and today I can say that, you know, he's like family.
Wow.
And so, I mean, I call him Bhai and his wife Bhabhi, and their sons are like, you know, brothers to me. And I mean, it's pretty overwhelming to know and to realize how, you know, life has brought me to this point. And I don't take it for granted. I value it every second because, I mean, these people are people that I still look up to. I still hear them and I feel like, oh ho, abhi bhi kitna karna hai life mein.
They are the maestros of music.
Absolutely, not just him, so many people. हिमेश जी के साथ में मुझे काम करने का मौका मिला है. प्रीतम दा के साथ में who's given me so many landmark songs of my career, like literally business card songs where people were calling me Marjani girl for the longest time, you know. And so all of these people that I can get to interact with at this point, I still find it pretty magical and pretty unreal, you know.
I can't even imagine, like, to be in such close quarters and be so close actually to your idols. I mean, it's the dream.
It's a dream, definitely. I'm living a dream and I work hard to
no doubt
you know, keep that going because the industry that we are in, there's no certainty.
None at all.
Every day, ऐसा नहीं है that first of every month my salary is going to come into my account and life is chill, you know. You can take chuttis, there are paid leaves, nothing like that.
There's nothing like that.
So
it's all
every day is a new
level.
journey, every day is like a new
challenge.
Yeah, and you got to keep reinventing yourself and basically मैं कहती हूँ वो गाड़ी में पेट्रोल डलता है, मेरी गाड़ी में तो भैया gratitude डलता है.
That is how it should be also. I mean, as far as you're grateful, I think half the battle is won.
Yeah, absolutely.
So talking about challenges, as we say, we live in a men-centered society. So do you feel that you, during your journey and even right now, have you ever felt that there were some challenges that you had to face, but probably a counterpart who's a male probably wouldn't have?
Oh, yeah. Actually, on many levels. To start with, being a performer. Initially, I remember in my Delhi days, I was still, doing opening acts for a lot of already very
Right.
established
Established
people.
singers, right.
And then when I moved to Mumbai, I still used to, so concerts, live concerts has touchwood been that one constant in my life. And I was always more for comfort. So I used to,
Right.
wear boots. I used to wear my fitted denims. And I used to wear a corset or like a bomber jacket or like whatever else on
Right.
top.
Whichever, that something that you feel comfortable in.
Comfortable, but essentially I was a denims girl.
Right.
And on stage, on concerts, and then I realized that people were judging me for that.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because you're not making enough effort. Look at girls, how they dress up, vagera, vagera. And I was like, acha, now even that is a thing. Okay. But then I started to, as in when I was growing, there have been so many. In fact, I was having a conversation with the manager this evening how I feel very proud of the fact that I've matured, and a part of me has become very inert to a certain kind of conversation, which certain kind of subjection
Right.
that audiences do to artists, especially if you're a female artist. Whether you wear upar se niche dhake hue kapde or you
Right.
wear whatever in the world you want to.
There is always
Because
going to
you're
be
a
someone
woman.
who is going to question it.
Absolutely. So, for your appearance, for whether you look incredibly hot or however you look, I think
Somber,
all of that is discounted.
Right.
People
There is always someone
will
who's
make
going
some
to
or
have
the other.
something to say.
Absolutely. They've even today. Earlier there have been times where people are rude and this and that, and they'd be brashy towards you and very unkind in comments and
Right,
whatever, just because
right.
you're a girl. And you'll have. I used to be very scared because I was literally out of school back then, and कोई backing नहीं थी, कोई ऐसा कोई godfather figure नहीं.
Right.
So I used to get very scared, and I used to cry and come down from stage and cry backstage and be like, nahi, I don't want to do this anymore and la la la. But I think over a period of time I
You get
realized that
thick-skinned that if you want to follow this thing, then
no,
you have
I've
to
become
just...
this person that you will get what you give me. You give me love, I'll give you 10 folds.
Right. I
You
think that's how it
you be
pretty much
nasty to
works.
me, then you watch.
That's the
Yeah,
spirit.
then you watch, and now I'm pretty badass on stage,
As that is the point where we started at. Girl boss.
Yes.
Girl boss for reals.
Yeah. You gotta
think
be
that's-
this person, and
Right.
it's not like only female performers face it, but male performers surely face it lesser.
Lesser,
There are all
for
kinds
sure.
of audiences who say stuff to even male performers. I'm 100% sure about it.
Yeah, there are.
But they're just little less kinder to female artists.
वही है ना कि लोग कुछ तो कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है
लोगों का काम
कहना.
है कहना.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
So before the interview, we realized that we both are from the same school.
Yeah.
And it was such a beautiful coincidence. So उसके बिना बात करें तो इंटरव्यू खत्म हो नहीं सकती. So ma'am, how was your experience during school? Were you this same chirpy Akriti Kakar as we know now?
I was a very diligent student. I was a prefect and
same here.
house captain and all that. तो बस ये होता था कि मम्मी पापा बहुत strict थे
Right.
कि जो गाना गा रहे हो, because throughout school life बहुत competitions हुए,
बहुत,
कुछ हुआ.
right.
तो and I was also touring with Kalyan Ji when
Oh,
I was like
okay.
in Little Wonders when I was
अच्छा.
9 years old.
My God.
So बहुत पढ़ाई भी मिस होती थी. So school was incredibly supportive. All teachers used to give me extra hours of notes and unit tests भी हो रहे
Right,
थे. So I
God.
imagine my father was teaching me algebra sitting in US.
My God.
All that. So it was crazy. But had it not been for my school and my teachers' support, I don't think I would have been
Right.
able to go anywhere back then. In fact, today, the concert that I'm going to, I've called my music teacher to attend. Mrs. Supriya Bose is coming.
Malik, right? Ma'am Supriya Bose Malik.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. And I think that was what our school was like. So many extracurricular activities,
Oh, yeah.
so many functions, so many competitions. I think that was probably one of the best things that again
Absolutely.
brought
There
one.
was not one dull day.
Nah, not at all. None at all. None at all. So, ma'am, can we end this particular interview on a beautiful musical note?
Sure.
Any song of yours that you would like to share with our audience?
Well, I think हम दिल्ली में तो थोड़ा दिल्ली टाइप का ही
बिल्कुल.
Saturday I'll sing a little bit. Yeah.
We are all fans of the song. Please.
24 घंटे ਫੀਵਰ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚੜਿਆ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਰੋਜ਼ ਰਾਤੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਫੇਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਮੋਗੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਐ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਮੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੁੰਡੀ ਅੜਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਕੁੜੀ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਕਰਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਕੁੜੀ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਕਰਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਕੁੜੀ
I am already in the full on, matlab, swanky zone. All thanks to you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today
you
for
very
this
much for having me.
conversation.
Thank you.
And even during this conversation, you've proved that why you are here. You are the badass girl boss, and you are one of those people who so many girls, young singers, look up to. And I am so privileged to have you here on my show.
Thank you so much. It's been a complete honor.
Same
Wonderful chatting with you.
Right.
And more power to all the girls who are watching there.
Yes, very much so. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you, thank you.
Keep listening to ABP Live Podcasts.